the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Someone had said 40 years ago that the President of the United States would be visiting Cuba, Vietnam, Laos, and Burma, and doing so as a partner. Nobody would have believed you, given where things were at that time. But that's exactly what he's done. Each one of these countries has been subjected to U.S. sanctions or U.S. pressure, U.S. criticism, and that was kind of the status quo for many years, if not decades. President Obama, I think, came into office with a different approach. He said in his inaugural address that we will extend a hand if you unclench your fist. And that was the message to all adversarial and, in some cases, authoritarian regimes. Cuba, we had been clinging to a failed approach for decades that had made no progress in bringing greater opportunity to the Cuban people. And in fact, we had isolated ourselves through our approach. President Obama decided early in his administration that we needed to test engagement.
Today, as the President of the United States of America, I offer the Cuban people el saludo de paz.
We said that we were imposing an embargo and isolating Cuba on behalf of the Cuban people. Well, that's not the policy they wanted, and we could tell that when we were there, because they were so filled with excitement over the possibility of a better relationship with the United States.
If we want democracy, we have to dare to live according to the principles of democracy.
Burma has had a remarkable transformation while President Obama has been in office, from a closed, military-led government to a democratic transition in which Aung San Suu Kyi and her party won a free election, and she'll be welcomed here at the White House in September as the leader of that government.
Our people are very appreciative of everything that has been done by your Congress and by your administration to support our democratic movement. And we look forward to better, closer relations, and perhaps now a little bit more on the business side now that we're opening up our economy.
The crowds in Vietnam, were actually probably the biggest. I think we had 2 million people just on the motorcade route in Ho Chi Minh City. The thing I remember the most about Vietnam is we did a town hall with our young Southeast Asian leaders. And here are all these young, dynamic people, and they're interested in entrepreneurship and their environment. And there was a Vietnamese rapper who got up, and the president asked her to rap.
Vietnamese or English? Vietnamese. Tình hình một mình nhà lầu trên anh dọc sang như vua chúa vậy mình sẽ tình thiệt ra đen đúa mà đời vậy là hay.
In that moment when that young woman stood up and rapped to the President of the United States, I think you're struck by how much things have changed from the time that helicopters took off from our embassy in Saigon in 1975. I hope the president's trip to Laos is the beginning of a new relationship between our two countries. That relationship has been defined by war. We dropped more bombs on Laos than all of Europe in World War II during the Vietnam War. Those bombs litter the country. We can demonstrate once more that the United States can face its own history and can confront it in a way that helps people, but also allows us to build a new partnership with a country that's in a very important part of the world.
Well, if you look at what we've done in Cuba, in Myanmar, in Laos, and Vietnam, these are countries that were historic enemies, and it grows out of the vestiges of the Cold War. But a new generation of people all around the world are ready to turn the chapter, and we have to meet them and work with them. And if we want to deal with issues from climate change to wildlife trafficking to dealing with terrorism, we need the cooperation of everybody, and that's part of what we've been able to accomplish, I think, over the last 7-8 years, is open up places that previously were closed and engage people in ways that will pay huge dividends in the future.